time for another hardware review, and this time it's the NextMind dev kit, which came to me in a sort of roundabout way. My friend Nick, aka Vimlark, happened to be sent one of these devices by the company behind the NextMind. He tried out the device with their software, and then he got on the phone with me as his local Unity developer friend and asked me if I would help him knock something up in Unity to test it. Well, it's controlling something with your mind, so even though I was loaded with projects, I agreed to do this pretty quick. So let's talk about the device. It's not like anything I've tried before filming this video. With sensor connections in the back, you wear it like a tennis pro from the 80s with the provided headband. To start with came the configuration, and that's where a few of my problems began. Not to blame the company, but my head is kind of bumpy in the back, right where the sensors go. So getting the thing to just sit right without tightening it so much I thought it might turn into an internal mind probe was a little testing, and kind of made this a short-term use device. But as I state, that's probably just me. Next came training, and for love nor money, I couldn't get a high score on the training section to calibrate this device. Maybe I'm just not built the way other humans' minds are supposed to be, and according to the wife, on many occasions, I'm just not. Now, passing over the calibration, I did get to the point where I could trigger activations in scenes and perform tasks with it, albeit a little slower than I've seen others using this device. I should note here that a limitation of this device and its methodology is that you need to focus on a flashing marker on the screen, which could be in place of a button in your game, and you concentrate for too long and it starts to wane a little on you. Again, this might just be me because I couldn't ace that calibration. I should also state at this point that this is a development kit, and although the waters for what is considered a development kit have gotten murky over recent years with the abuse of the term beta in the industry, that does come with a caveat that this has the potential to keep improving on what the company considers to be a release candidate. Having been a guinea pig for many companies' hardwares, I will keep my fingers crossed that these niggles all get ironed out in that release candidate. So on to the demo Vimlark designed and asked me to knock up. It is a casual relaxed game where you simply play as a little astronaut jumping between planetoids, picking up garbage. Now, concentrating on one of these planetoids will make your little astronaut run around and then hop over towards their destination. If you concentrate on the current one you're on, then you'll run around it sweeping up any neighbouring trash. As you can see, it's a super simple little demo, and I knocked this up in a couple of hours. However, it took a lot longer to get the device running with it, mainly because as soon as I put more than 3 markers, anything over those 3, I just couldn't get them working. I thought I'd messed up until I had a communication with the company, and they revealed that I could actually debug these markers and see the confidence level of them being selected. This showed me that they were being selecting when I looked at them, just not enough to make the trigger margins that had been set. So I kind of cheated. I made it so the planetoids could be selected according to my own set margin, and I didn't actually use the trigger state on their code. I used the debugger to see what looked like good values to set these margins. And hey presto, a working version. Not the correct way, but a working version nonetheless. So what do I think of this device? Well, the technology is amazing. Yes, there are issues, but it's doing something pretty technical when you break down what's happening. That being said, it shouldn't be underestimated that placing big flashy markers all over your game just isn't practical outside of an accessibility standpoint. On the usage side, I would note I think the calibration to my wonky mind would only get better with more times that I use the device. So what's the bottom line? Would I put this in one of my games? Well, no, it's not ready yet. However, I would consider using it for some prototype that I didn't plan on commercializing anytime soon. So that's it for this short review of the NextMind device. I hope you enjoyed watching, and if you did, consider subscribing and pressing the like button. And as always, thanks for watching.